we get to a few thousand, then I can't promise anything. Rob Corv also with 11 bucks. Rolly with the 15 out of the balls in with the frags. $10 from Rimmed Maud. And Tungsten with 22.45. Guys, thanks so much. I'm gonna have to slow down now on the donations. You'll see them popping up, and we'll see what kind of like amount that we're getting to. But thanks so much for all the support already. We're well on the way to reaching the $500 target we've got for this cup, and maybe even smashing it completely. But the players are in the server. Let's hope the overlays do work out well in this. And we can have a look at just what these guys are capable of in this time limit based duel. This has gone totally off the moon, but off and out of space. Strngst versus Phaze. We've got a Galena versus a Visor. Galena has been seen or regarded as one of the stronger champions, along with Eisen, but maybe a little bit more in a sort of world of our own, just because the totems are so useful. Still having them up after you lose your life, so much flexibility you can have with that champion. There is technically a 100 damage frag limit. Sorry, 100 point frag limit, but we're not going to get that because it's 10 minutes, and even Anarchy versus Anarchy is not going to get to 100, at least not individually. We start off fairly slow. Phaze opting for the Visor. I think Visor is a pretty steady pick, but you could end up being vulnerable if you die without the piercing sight up. But, Galena at the same time isn't the type of champion that's going to, unless with full control, it's not a high mobility champion. You still have to invest your life if you want to rocket to jump around the map. I think it's going to be a lot more control based. Just positionally, you're going to make your opponent think otherwise about moving into you. Heavy is up though, however. I can hear the donations still running in. You guys are absolutely bananas. And I have lined up another game afterwards that I'll share in a few minutes' time if it's going that direction. One of the players' names begins with T and ends in Ox. Oxic, if you want to be really special. Strngst now has managed to get himself overstack. There's a very tentative start, though, between these two. Strngst has been grinding it quite a lot on the round limit-based duel. He's been streaming tons. He's been doing very well for himself. Phaze, I mean, I'm just really pleased to see Phaze playing this. He's someone who has got a high skill cap, but really been very, very quiet overall. So, at the moment, Phaze is doing pretty decently. He's got that mega stack. Strngst is pretty weak, has got 2 totems up. But Phaze really needs to keep an eye out for those tokens, because there's a lot of them there, and he needs to get rid of that one down at the bottom to prevent that extra mega stack from coming out. Strngst at the moment has got to be really, really careful. He's fortunate that Phaze doesn't have the ability up. He's now starting to lose totems. And Phaze, if he's only killed a certain amount, then he's got to start feeling, alright, they're going to be in the corner areas of the map. And I think Phaze might find another in a second. He looks like he didn't go any further steps forward. And Strngst even seems to be afraid of going over to the light armors. Little action at the start of this. But the fact that Strngst hasn't got overwhelming control means I don't think he's playing this badly. I don't think Phaze is playing this badly, but I think he's got to start being a little bit more proactive. Try and push the limits a little further. Especially if he's not finding those totems, because he's got to know that that stack of Strngst has got to be managed.
Balls out.
And that's another heavy going towards Phaze. We do have this full scoreboard over here, so we can actually check item control at some point. A little bit of damage. Phaze's stack is alright. But at 100-100 with the mega up, I mean, I'm going to go over to Phaze. He's collecting, he's collecting light. He's got a fantastic rotation at the moment, but it's not reaping the frags for now. Won't read out some of these messages. Thank you very much anyway, guys, for contributing to this prize pool. Alright, Phaze, he's got to get close now. He sees a little bit of spam that he's cautious of. He manages to secure position onto Mega Health, but at this point, it starts to get pretty scary to imagine Phaze not getting the first frag. And he's got to start worrying about that. almost now, it's making him more nervous about pushing in because he knows how catastrophic it's going to feel if he doesn't get the kill. And he knows that he'll probably tilt off the face of the planet if he doesn't get that first kill. It's almost like we're going round limit duel now. There might not be a lot of frags at the end of this. This is really good damage. He's missing the follow-up rails, though. He needs to get that last bits of damage. It's not working for him. Fantastic rocket, but such an important rail for Strngst to land to prevent that further aggression. He's missing. Oh my god, Strngst might fight his way back into this. This is super, super bad news now for Phaze. Not bad damage, but finding him up at the top. Rocket down from Strngst. And that is first blood. Strngst turns around 5 minutes out of control into the first frag. Is he going to be able to convert it any further? He does lose out on the mega health, and he's fumbling around the eye a little bit. And ammo, it does not look good for him. This is actually a big, big problem. No rockets, no rail, barely any LG. This is an opportunity for Phaze to reassert himself on the map. And it's kind of those rail follow-ups from Phaze. Like, actually, I wonder if I can look at his rail accuracy in a second. Yeah, Phaze is hitting 18% rail. If he was hitting 25%, honestly, he would have gotten the first kill. Good LG push from him. Defensive rocket comes out. Oh, the totem. See, when he got to that choke point, Phaze had to stop. And that's the feeling where you feel that you're owed a frag of some sort because of work that you did earlier on, but which ultimately doesn't make a difference anymore to the current standings within the game. So Phaze, you can't chase it. While despite you probably should have got a frag by now, but you can't force it. I like the rocket jump from Strngst. I really like the rocket jump actually, and he's got himself positioned onto the mega health. I mean, how good is that? And seeing him play a lot of round limit duel today, I was scared that he might not be in the zone to play time limit. But he's looking alright. He's playing safe. And maybe he can push himself further. Then his timing is good. And that's the thing. It's so easy if you get out of control for extended periods of time that it's hard to keep track of the items because you feel stuck in horrible corners of the map. But he's kept a good track of it. And he's played it aggressively when he needed to. No rockets again presents itself as a small threat. The one good thing for Phaze is that there's still time for a comeback till the very end of the map. There's only 2 frags to come from. If he can open up the taps and get that initial kill, I mean, Strngst is in a lot of trouble, especially if like a piercing sight comes up late. Oh, okay, finally Phaze hits a really important rail. He's got to find him now. There's a slight overstacked totem, but Phaze eventually, it takes him so long, but he eventually gets himself on the board, and he's going to be able to get himself to this heavy armor. This hasn't turned out too badly for him, but he needs to challenge for this mega health. Or he triggers the totem without, like, just around the corner through proximity rather than direct contact. Is he scared that it's gone? Oh, he finds it. Hears it that it's spawned. Did he hear him there? There was a footstep that I heard. I know that we can see him through the wall, which makes it maybe a bit more obvious for us, but there was a small footstep that was made by Strngst. He's looking for the draw, but he can't find it! Little fumble, that's now given Strngst a heavy armor. Over-aggressive chase means he lost position on the heavy. And he has really got to keep this mega. The thing is, Strngst has got overstacked totems, if not already, within the next totem that he puts down. One really good rocket. He's going to chase down the bottom. Quick switch to nails, which doesn't do a whole lot. But he's chasing around. This might actually be a really good play from Phaze, but he's got to be perfect with his shots. Oh, he hits the corner. He goes for the last dunk on the rockets, but it's no good for him. That's going to send him back down to 0, and Strngst has got to hold on for about 65 seconds. And now Phaze looks like he's getting the bum rashes out.
1 minute warning.
Feels bad for Phaze. It's going to be 2 rails back-to-back for Strngst. I wouldn't say it's game over at this point, but unless Phaze does something miraculous now, it is. Phaze is calling the GGs. And, is he gonna B2L of some sort? Hey, he's not doing like the Ultra BM thing, which is like to call GG and then carry on playing and hope that you catch your opponent weakly. But you know, I'm totally fine with people calling GG early. If you feel beat, you feel beat. So that's game 1, guys. Very slow game. I think it is something expected with like the first match of a tournament, especially when these Euros. I'm not going to say they have a lot of experience with time limit duels, especially since this is the first time limit duel tournament in Europe. I'm going to say this is the type of game that they needed to set themselves off to the right pace. And Strngst, really good defensive plays. You got to say, helped him through the other side. Phaze, such great control, but wasn't able to turn it into anything in those first 5 minutes. And afterwards, it felt like he was chasing the dream that he had before. So, well played by both, but, you know, there we go. Strngst holding out for us. Holy crap. Whoa, we got a 408. What the hell just happened there, guys? What the hell just happened? I think I got to say some thank yous to some people. I think Magma Master, the $2 donation. This is going to be good. Hell yeah, it is. Shadows, he plays with the $5. Just had to donate. I so love this format. Congrats on doing this, man. Thank you, dude. $15.